Chairwoman Napolitano and Chairman DeFazio and other members of the subcommittee. It's an honor and a privilege to testify before you today. My testimony will focus on the importance of the Inland Waterways Transportation System, the McClellan-Kerr Arkansas River Navigation System, and reform that could benefit inland waterways infrastructure. The Pine Bluff Sand and Gravel Company is a fourth-generation family-owned business that's been in operation for over 100 years. We're headquartered in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, and have operations in Louisiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, and Alabama. We specialize in crushed stone and riprap delivered by barge on the Mississippi River and its tributaries, marine construction and transportation, commercial sand dredging, ready-mix concrete, and hot mix asphalt. The McClellan-Kerr Arkansas River Navigation System, or MCARNS, is a 445-mile, 9-foot navigation system channel consisting of 18 locks and dams that begins at the confluence of the White and Mississippi Rivers and ends at Tulsa, Oklahoma. Construction of this system began in 1957 and completed in 1971, which sadly, by today's standards, make these locks some of the newer locks on the nation's inland waterways. Pine Bluff Sand and Gravel supports three separate priorities on the MCARNS. First, in the America's Water Infrastructure Act of 2018, this committee was instrumental in authorizing the construction of a navigation improvement project at Three Rivers, which is at the confluence of the Arkansas, White, and Mississippi Rivers in southeast Arkansas. Basically, the White and Arkansas rivers come closer and closer together after each high water event. If an uncontrolled channel develops, navigation on the MCARNS would be lost for an extended amount of time. Our second priority is funding to address a critical backlog maintenance on the MCARNS. While the MCARNS is one of the newer systems, its rapidly aging system is worsened by long-deferred maintenance, which was becoming more acute with each passing year. Critical work is defined as there being a greater than 50% chance of failure within 5 years. Years of neglect have led to a situation where the MCARNS is facing a critical backlog of approximately $240 million. The highest priorities are Tainer Gate replacements, 110-foot stop logs, and center post receivers. Our third priority, and is what has been long sought modification to the MCARNS, is the proposed deepening of the current 9-foot navigation channel to 12 feet. Congress authorized the construction of this project in 2003, provided funds for it in 2004, and the Corps of Engineers constructed several project features, but since that time, no additional funds have been provided for the Corps to continue the project. This project would allow 40% more tonnage in each barge and result in a shipper savings of $43.1 million annually. My description of the MCARNS as an important navigation asset with aging infrastructure, underfunded projects, and deferred critical maintenance would also apply to other waterways. Fortunately, this committee promoted and carried out changes in the Water Resources Reform and Development Act of 2014 that have accelerated project delivery on the inland waterway system. Most significantly, a cost share of 85% general revenues and 15% Inland Waterway Trust funds at Olmsted Lock and Dam has accelerated the project delivery and operability of the new lock. And that is just one example of how efficient project funding can lead to accelerated and significant economic benefits for the nation. Now that Olmsted's almost complete, the trust fund is likely to go back to operating at a 50-50 cost share split for construction projects. If this happens, the current portfolio of 15 projects awaiting construction could take almost 40 years to complete. Two of our priorities are on that list. Word of 16, the cost formula for deepening coastal ports was changed from the 50-50 to a 75-25 split, and changing the cost share in the same manner for the inland waterways construction projects has a potential of completing these projects in 20 years instead of the current 40 years. I would like to ask the committee to, in their upcoming legislation, that they would modify that cost share to be a permanent 75-25 split so that we can get these projects accelerated quickly instead of the length of time it's been. And then I realize I'm almost out of time, and I want to quickly tell you our story. Pine Bluff Sand and Gravel in 1998 joined the effort to realize a 12-foot channel on the MCARNS. After 13 years, we reluctantly had to move our primary source of rock from River Mountain Quarry on the Arkansas River to a more competitive location. In 2010, we purchased the Cumberland River Quarry on the Cumberland River above Paducah near Salem, Kentucky. Therefore, our quarry on the Arkansas River is now operating at a much smaller scale, and numerous employees were laid off. Sadly, this could have been one of the largest quarries in the region. However, the additional cost of a shallow channel was simply too much for us to continue subsidizing. Our cost and bidding are extremely sensitive to competition, and we have lost jobs by a penny or a nickel per ton. We could not afford the cost of doing nothing. Thank you for the opportunity to provide our perspective to this committee today, and I look forward to any questions